I'm gonna kidnap this guy, you know. So yeah, let's do a review right away. I feel that I think right away what I know what to say. Not rewatching it. A huge problem I see with anime, and I really say probably much better than manga actually in that sense, is that the questions come in too fast, and are interrupting them. The questions, right? So you have a combination of like they're both interrupting the questions and they just kind of speed up the questions. If you read it, you can like read because many of the questions I do know the answer to, and I do, and I'm quite quick, so I can figure out questions, the answers before they say it. So that's good, right? But what I feel this anime is lacking a lot is the kind of the Jeopardy feel to it, right? Or a similar quiz program like that. So usually what to do, right, is that the viewer gets to read the question pretty much before they say it, right, in one of those quiz shows. So basically we get a panel in the bottom right, the only we can see the viewer, we can read the question, while the person, the program host, while the host reads it, right, for the person there. So in that case, you can usually read the full question before he's not before he started reading it, but maybe he's like halfway or roughly something like that, and then you can of course you can read the question and figure out the answer already and so on, or at least usually you start reading you before, right? So you're a bit ahead of the host, right? That is much better, I would say, much better, because it gives me the feeling of not the feeling, but I mean it gives me some time to think about the question myself, right? And I don't like it in a quiz program. The best of a quiz program, of course, is that you know the answer and the person attending doesn't know. You feel, oh yeah, I'm much better than them, even though it's obviously much harder being on TV and so on. But still, I think that there is a huge lack in anime because you don't get to feel, you get so little time to even like read the question, and I mean, or get the question right. They say the question here really quickly on Japanese, right? And that's hard. So I first had to think about that, okay, what to say in Japanese. So now reading it on the English subtitles with Japanese question, under that. It's also confusing to get that. There's a lot of time actually to kind of get the question right. There's a lot of time, but I mean, the thing is that if it was in English, right? If you said the question in English, I probably would get it, 1 or 2 seconds faster, right? In my head, I have to translate that, so it takes a longer time to kind of, interpret what the question is, right? So it costs like a second or two to get it as well. But I think even if I put it through in Japanese, I don't think that would be so much better though. I mean, it would be better, but it still is that they give the question and then the character answer it like insanely fast. And then the guy, of course, the diplomacy was like super good and do it very quickly, but still, it doesn't give you, the viewer, a chance to, read the question, think about the answer, and then come up with it. And yeah, of course, like we watch Jeopardy something. I don't pause Jeopardy, and wait for like 5 minutes. Like, no, it's much more like you watch Jeopardy, you mention this war, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's the war of Fortnite too. And I was like, yeah, that was correct, yeah, nice, But usually when I watch Jeopardy, for example, also similar, I am usually way faster, right, than the actual attendee on TV. I'm usually like 5-10 seconds ahead of them, So I'll read the question. I'm like, yeah. Because I have, but that is, I realize that now, that's such an easy thing to do as the impression wise. Also, because I've done that for 50 years, I guess, on TV. But I realized now when I was listening that they always pretty much give you the question before, a little before, as a viewer, right? Pretty much. Like you have a little like some time lag. Like Jeopardy, they go to that thing and they show you that thing, and you have like 1 second extra to read it. So you have so much time to think about it. So you hopefully might be able to give the answer before they can answer right. And then because you want to, of course, especially if you save someone else, you want to like tell them, you ask like, yeah, look at me, I do it before they did anyway. Yeah, like that's the best thing. And that's like me and my grandma, usually a lot of like Jeopardy, Sweet Jeopardy, and it's on a show called Mess, which is like Jeopardy, it's like the battle and stuff, but it's very similar. And we watched it a lot together back in not currently, but like a couple of like 5 years back, whatever, 7 years back, it's like we are competing each other as well, right? It's like, I got it for them, and you both want to be before the other person for my grandma, and both want to beat people on TV, right? And we both always try to be faster than those people. And those, in this anime, you don't get a chance, I feel, to be faster than them, because they pretty much just give the question, bam, and also answer right away. They always, like, in animation wise, it's like, like that, right? That is the time frame you have on you to even interpret the question, and that doesn't feel very good, you know. Like it was better than the first episode, and I do think this probably is much better than manga, because when you read the manga, you know, you can read the first, even if it's on the same page, you can read the first panel, get the question, and be like, okay, and before you jump to the next panel, where you say, ha, I busted in, and you see that guy back super good at busting in, you can get the question and say, okay, who started this war, and blah, what country initiated the first battle of this war, and you know, and then sure, like the next panel is going to be the answer, where you can read it, say, I was Germany in that year, okay, and then go down, so it's like Germany, yeah, so you can get that kind of satisfaction, right? But here in the anime wise, it's just like, you know, blah, 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 yeah, I guess like that, because in the manga, I guess it's written like, you know, next, because they probably go like, you know, manga to anime, like dialogue by dialogue, right? So in the manga, it's you get the question, the main character is like, what of them? And another guy is like jumping in before the main character. That's supposed to be the action, right? So in manga wise, it's like panel, question panel, main character panel is like, and next panel is answer, right? And it's supposed to be like, oh shit, that guy's so fast, I can do it in like 1 second between the panels, pretty much. But that works in the manga, right? Because you can read it, you can see it yourself, and if you know it, you can think this is the answer. So I want to be able to think before I have to read. Because now it feels like somebody's forcing me, right? It feels like this is some weird thing. It feels like I'm sitting here, right? And I'm reading this thing on the first page, right? So I'm like here, and then when I keep, so I'm reading this thing right here, right? Bam! Then it flashes in my head. It feels like that, right? It feels like I'm just sitting there, and I'm king of the question, and I probably can answer it in, you know, max 10 seconds. I probably answer it like, give me like 5 seconds, and I can give the answer to you. But before those 5 seconds is over, in 3 seconds, you throw the answer in my face, and I just death is horrible. You know, the time frame here is just way too. I'm actually getting annoyed. I was getting annoyed a bit. It was like, man, I won't be able to give me like a second at least to answer it, right? And I get that the part with that super good guy was like, he's the best ever, so I'm like, damn. But that also irritated me because he gave us 5 questions, and I probably knew these 3 questions. They don't hold like, yeah, history was so hard, but I knew like some of the stuff they write, and it's just so fast. And also get realized for some questions it's like law of physics with Newton. I'm an engineer, right? Basically, you know, in my main education, right? So I was like, oh yeah, physics engineering, oh, it's law. But they actually realized, even though I actually didn't read physics in English, I had to think about it like, what is it called now again? Because I know the Swedish word for that law. And I was like, what's that law called in English? I was like, yeah, law of motion, law of that. Okay, what's the next law? Should be, because that law is that if you push something with this much force, then you push back. So you push a wall, you get the same force back. That's like that law, right? And it is third law of Newton. And I was like, yeah, what's it called now again? Third law of Newton. Fourth law is the way that you can prove it. It's like 3 laws of Newton, right? And then the 4th law, which is like the gravity law or something, which actually is not provable because you have no gravity or something. It's like theoretically provable, but not physically provable, something like that. But I know, yeah. So you're talking about the 3 laws of Newton, the first 3 laws. And the second law of Newton is when you push something in like if you do it in vacuum. So if you do it in space, then you just keep traveling because there's no systems on it. That proves that. So I mean, I know those laws, but I was like, nah, what's that of English? It's third law, but I guess they want like really. I was thinking like second, 1, 2, 3. But like, what is the correct answer, right? There, I would feel if I was on a talk show, I would be like, okay, I know exactly this law. I can formulate it. I can calculate it. It's called this, probably, right? Yeah, and I would probably be able to assume and probably guess the right word for it. But because they went so quickly, I couldn't, I didn't get the chance to be, I was like, 3 third law, I was doing, it works like this. And before I'm able to kind of formulate what should be the correct, probably stated in his book, right? Then it's like, oh, it's too late. They throw that with me, yeah. So it feels like the timing for the questioning, as a viewer at least, is way too short, right? Like I only got like 1-2 seconds on me. And that's really crazy. But otherwise, I guess she's kind of cute, Fukima. And also forcing Noah could. He wanted to hit on her. Like, yeah. The beginning was funny though, when she was saying, oh, they didn't like the first time. Didn't you like the feel of it? Oh, don't you like me? We shared our first time in school. And he's like, what? So, yeah. And of course, I'm waiting for it tomorrow. I'm like, what? You're on a date? It's like, no, it's quiz. I'm like, yeah, that was funny, but the quiz was the irritating more, of course. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking before I watched the episode, I was thinking like this is probably an anime. You wanna just go through it like bam, 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 live action to it, 3 episodes in a row, like on the same day for February of that because the story isn't really there. I just wanna sit there and do quizzes. Yeah, sit there and do like Jeopardy, live action to Jeopardy pretty much, right? But now I feel like no, like I would rather record myself do live action to Jeopardy, kinda more than this episode. So at least I can show my brilliance. No, but like this, I feel like I have more chance of showing that I actually do know the answer to that more question. I do know history. Like, yeah, you know, it felt like, damn it, I don't have time to, I don't have time to answer, to say my answers loud because it's so quick. It is so quick. Yeah, like I barely can, my mouth can be like, you pronounce the correct word before they, and I speak quick, right? And it's like, I know the answer to what country it was. I know who started this war or whom started the war. Whom it is. And I was like, I know this, but I'm saying this in Irish. I'm trying to say it like, oh, what, you're Washington. And I'm like, it was your, and then, oh, like before I had a chance to do it, right? So it is me. I don't know. I'll think about it next week. But yeah, I do think this anime is probably much better than manga, so you have the chance to like read the question of the panel, think about it for yourself, for like a minute if you want that, but like, whatever 10 seconds, and then you go on, and you read it, you can be like, oh yeah, this is the question. And, but no, here's just too bam, 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 right? And it doesn't, like, it makes sense more of an action as a sport anime, I suppose, but I think it's kind of a liability. It makes sense if you watch like a Ice Shield or something, and they're playing some sport, and you might want to be action packed, and you want that. But here, I want to watch the anime. I feel it's my personal view of it. I want to watch it as I'm watching a quiz show, right? And you're saying, oh, I know the answer to that. And then be like, oh, interesting. And also, yeah, that thing hit me. God damn it. I'm also hitting on some of the questions, some of the questions I do know the answer to, or more like I don't know the answer, and I want to learn the answer, right? That's what I want to learn the freaking answer to who killed this guy, and I don't know. The answer is here, and I'm like, okay, great. So I want to, then I want to absorb that, I want to memorize that. But because they are going like that, right, I barely have any chance to like read his completely full name. It's like, oh, in 1755, this guy killed this guy. It's like, oh, interesting. If it was a Jeopardy, they might even say a follow question. Oh, and then maybe someone saying, yeah, and he also killed that person next year. Oh, yeah, Solos killed that guy. Like, you learn the stuff. Here, it's like that, and you don't learn stuff. It's hard to. You have time to correctly memorize the information they're stating to. So that's also interesting. Like I want to watch the anime and at least know all the classic and none of it. I don't think he will do it. So yeah, this anime is just going downhill quickly as soon as they went into this tournament thing. It didn't work at all. And I'm sure it also will be much better than the manga. So you can read the answers to the panel and think, okay, this person killed. Next question, okay, this is the answer. Then I also get like the positive read the manga even if you don't want to. If you read the manga and you don't know the answer result beforehand, you can see it like question panel, answer panel, question panel, answer panel. So you can connect these like classic questions right back and forth with yourself, and then you memorize them. Here's like what happened, right? So yeah, that's also really interesting, really interesting. But yeah, anyway, I don't know what's next week. I watch Gamers today later, which I think should be much better than this. See you guys and have a great day.